All right, video 2. We're at the halfway point of our walk. So we're just going to walk a little ways and talk. Then I'll end the video and then come back at a particular point. It's really awesome that there's something like this in the city. And surprisingly, there's little hidden gems like this in most cities around the country. So do some research around your area, and if you find areas like this, I recommend, guys, go out and check them out. Get outdoors, get some fresh air, get some nature in your life. There's just something about coming out here into nature and observing the local wildlife and its natural habitat and its natural behaviors. Of course, that doesn't interest some people, sadly, but as a kid I was always an animal lover. I didn't have a lot to watch on TV when I was a kid besides cooking shows and nature shows, and I loved the nature shows. I grew up on Marty Stauffer's Wild America, and from then on I've always loved nature. And now that I'm a little older, I'm trying to document a little, but I'm not a professional photographer or whatever, if you will. I'm an amateur, if you want to call it that. So here's our next marker. We are kind of at a split in the trail here. Back that way goes on around the prairie, and this trail leads down to the lake that I kind of showed you earlier. So I'm going to walk down here a little ways and then come back. Alright, so here we clearly have another game trail moving through the brush. More than likely this is a pretty main highway or thoroughfare, if you will, for the wildlife. There'll be anything from possums, raccoons, and armadillos to wild pigs and deer that move through here, but I just wanted to show you that. Alright, next up, the lake. Okay guys, we're down by the water, and here's our here's a sign of some wildlife down through here. Some of you may recognize that right there. That is the work of a beaver. So there's obviously a family of beavers living around here somewhere, because they have been working on these trees through here, chewing the bark off. That's their main food, and then they chew down the wood to build their homes. But you can see they have been working all through this area. There's some old work that's kind of healed up a little bit, and then there's some pretty fresh stuff right there. So there are beaver out here, although I don't see any right now. And this is the lake that I was telling you about. I've actually never been on this side of the lake, so it's really cool. And then if I can get over here and show you way back over that way, you might not be able to see, but you can probably hear. Yeah, you can see. That's the state highway that I was talking about. So that's how close mankind is to nature. So really cool stuff. I'm going to start my way back, and I'll get back to you here in a little bit, or if I see anything interesting. Alright, so this is the trail leading from the lake back up to the main trail. I just thought I would kind of show you. This all here will be pretty dense woods come late spring, early summer. It'll be denser and darker back through here, but right now, tail into winter, besides the evergreens, there's no foliage, so there's plenty of light coming through. There'll be a lot less of that come summertime, but still a beautiful trail nonetheless. Really enjoy doing things like this, and I try to do a lot more getting it on camera. I've been looking for wildlife. So far the only thing I have seen have been a few birds, and then of course just some sign. I did see one little small wolf spider earlier, but he scurried into a crack in the ground and was gone before I could get footage of him. I'm sure we'll get plenty of footage of wildlife the next month or two when we come through here. As of right now, we just have, oh look. Now, you can tell by all of the leaf litter and everything in front of that that is no longer occupied, but that is a former den of something, probably an armadillo or a skunk or anything else that wanted to live in there, but it looks like it hasn't been lived in quite a while. And that's right here at the end of the lake trail, coming back up to the main part of the trail here. If I see anything interesting or we come to another marker, I will come back to you guys. Here's another one of those pine cones hanging out of the tree. I know there's a reason behind that, but I'm not sure what it is. Just kind of interesting. They're kind of interspersed through here about every 20 to 50 feet, I guess. Like I said, it seems like it might be a trail marker, but I don't know why you would need a trail marker because the trail is clearly marked. Okay, I'm gonna walk some more and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, guys, so here we are coming up on the 3/8 mile marker. That is the 3/4 of the way thing, just to show you how close to civilization this little park is. There's a home right over here, actually several homes. And then if I can shoot through the foliage, there's a horse standing out there in the pasture by himself. So there we go, that's how close humans are to wildlife. And here we are, this is Kachina Prairie, the small section of prairie in this area that has been protected or preserved or whatever by the state. Oh, and by the way, we have circled around to the other side of the American bison. At this point, I should disclose that it is not a real bison, but a statue. So, there we go. There's an interesting plaque up here that kind of explains the bison, and I'll focus on that for a few seconds, and you can pause and read about them if you don't know anything about them. So here's the little plaque I was telling you about. Now you guys can pause and take some time to read it. I'm going to go over and check out this bison. Hold on, guys. Alright, so this is obviously a bronze statue of an American bison, but it's pretty true to size. And if I were to stand next to it, you'll see how big these guys are compared to me. Now, this is the only selfie I would ever take with an American bison, so there you go. We're almost to the end of the trail, so don't go anywhere, guys. Alright, so here we are coming back up on the end of the trailhead, if you will, of the little nature trail around Kachina Prairie, close to my house. I just can't wait to show you guys this field of dead grass in a couple of months. So guys, really enjoyed taking this walk and making this video for you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy watching it, and you will let me know with a thumbs up and a comment. If you have not subscribed, please do that. Share this video with your friends, and guys, do research on your area. Get out there, find some nature preserves, nature trails, local parks, state parks, whatever. Just get outdoors and observe the wildlife in your area. And as always, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.